Okay, so guys, yeah, welcome to my YouTube channel. I know you guys might have been waiting for this video. I don't know, but one thing I know is no matter how occupied I am, I must drop a video for you guys. I must drop a video for you guys. So don't mind me. So guys, these are the trades I took last week. So last week was not a good week at all. Last week was not a good week at all. I don't know if you guys don't know. Can you guys see me? I don't know. Okay, yeah. So last week was not a good week at all. It was a losing week as well. But I know why I'm losing. But the only thing is I'm working on my psychology. The main reason why I'm losing, guys, is because um I have a checklist. I have like this mechanical checklist that I need to follow, but I don't follow it. And I follow a part of it and then I ignore a part of it. And you know, when you follow a rule and then all of a sudden you stop following that rule, then everything you are doing is messed up. You are likely going to lose. Even though the trade goes your direction, like I will show you guys, you will still eventually lose that trade because you did not follow your trading plan or your checklist to the end. So I'm going to show you guys some few trades that I took. I want to show you guys some few trades that I took. Honestly, I'm very happy. I appreciate you guys that are viewing these videos. I'm not good with all these things. I'm not good at it, but I'm sure documenting my journey and I'm trying to also motivate some guys as well that are trading, but they are not yet profitable. But I'm going to use this account to show you that anything is possible. Currently on this account, I'm down 7 point something percent. Yeah, I'm down 7 point something percent, maybe 7.2% or 7.4%. They're about. So I'll still show you guys the account balance, just that the FundedNext, I can't really log into my FundedNext, but I'll show you guys my MT5 uh, balance at the end of the clip. So make sure you watch this video to the end so that you see my MT5 history. So the account balance is sitting at 4,639 as of last week. As of last week, 4,639. Yes. So, guys, let's just head over to the chart. Okay. So 4,600, like I've been in a losing streak. Remember that this same account was the same account that was in 4,730 and I got it to 4,900, almost out of drawdown. And all of a sudden I went back to drawdown. And I'm going to tell you guys what happened. What really happened was that I was trading two concepts. One, when there's liquidity, and two, when there's no liquidity. So I have a system that I trade when there's liquidity. I have a system that I trade when there's no liquidity. So I now realized through my journaling, that's why journaling is very important. I now realized that through my journaling, that the system I trade when there's no liquidity is taking away, unknowingly to me, is taking away the profits I make from trading the system when there's liquidity. I don't know if you guys understand. And then again, I also was trading Asian session and Asian session and pre-London session. You understand? So it's crazy. If you're in Nigeria, you know that London session starts by 8 o'clock a.m. every single day, every single morning. You understand? But I do enter trades around 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and those trades end up hitting my stop loss because I usually use confirmation entries. All my trades I use confirmation entries. I don't just place limit orders. I must. It's part of my checklist. I must use confirmation entry then before I take a trade. Okay, so I can maximize the wins and everything. It's not easy, Shabo. I will just show you guys. So enough of the talking. The account balance is sitting at I already told you guys why I lost what I lost, and I'm back to square one, even way lesser than square one. You know, 4,000 from 4,900, almost out of break even, to now 4,639 as of last week. Okay, so it's crazy. But let me just show you guys the trades I took last week. Okay, but through this channel, through this medium, I'm going to show you guys that it's possible. I believe I'm not going to blow this account. By God's grace, I'm not going to blow this account, guys. By God's grace, I'm not. I'm actually teaching myself to like handle my emotions. Handle my emotions. I now realize that at time I'm always in a hurry. Take a trade. That's why I omit some of my checklist, some of my trading plan. I just omit them, even though I know I should check for these things, but I just omit. At times I ignore, at times I assume, because I'm always in a hurry, like FOMO and all those things. But now I must recite my checklist. I must recite it. I even have it at the back of my palm, in my head, you know before I take any trade, I must recite it, and I will do it judiciously and enter. The entry is not running anywhere, guys. The entry is not running anywhere. This your checklist, ticking your checklist doesn't take time. It's something you can do in a matter of like a minute. And your entry, especially if you're using confirmation entry, your entry is still there, printing the candles on the 1 minute and everything. It is not going anywhere. Okay, just relax and check the boxes, check and make sure that you saw liquidity, you have the break of structure, you have your mitigation, you saw liquidity. Then yeah, you now go to your M1 and then look for the candles that you need to see. If you are the type that does confirmation entry, then you can now take the trade and make sure that you have a definite TP that is distant. It's not close, it's distant, a distant TP, a reasonable distant TP, at least minimum of 1:1. I encourage guys to trade 1:1, guys. 1:1, so that you not blow your account, so that you not be taking trades often and often and often, and it will lead to over trading, and then you blow your account. So let's just go straight to the chart, guys. I've said a lot, but let's just go to the chart. So this is one of the trades I took last week. So this is a trade on US30. So if you look at this trade, I took this trade here. You can already see the level where I took the trade here. This trade should have given me at least 1:2. I think here was my target, 1:2. Okay, but you see this candle here, this red candle here. I saw everything. I saw structural liquidity here. I saw structural liquidity here. If you have a breakout, then price reached and tapped into my zone. Okay, and then I went straight to the M1 time frame, and I saw my candlestick formation form here, and then I entered. But this someone that is trading, that trade structures, we know that this is a threat, you know. So, but I ignored it. This, like, by right, this is where my TP should be. And as you can see, this is okay. So this is 1:1. But me, on my own side, I was targeting here. So this is crazy. I was like, okay, let me just target 1:2. You understand that kind of thing? Oh my God. Chill, guys. Chill, chill, chill. Okay, sorry. I think, guys, let's head back to the chart. Okay. So sorry, I lost you guys there. So this is it. So the trade eventually hit this TP here that I ignored, and then took me out here before hitting my overall TP. I really wanted it to hit. Okay. So this is crazy, guys. This is crazy. Let me keep this here. Yeah. So let me head over to the next one on gold. I also took a trade on gold. Also took a trade on gold, guys. So always follow your trading plan. You can see I did everything right. I saw everything I needed to see. But the problem was that I did not place my TP properly. For the first trade I showed you guys, I didn't place my TP properly. What I normally trade is structure breakout. Then once I see a mitigation, I look for liquidity in front of my zone or internally, externally, frontal. I look for liquidity that is in front of my zone, that price has taken before tapping my zone. Then I can now look for my confirmation entry on the M1 and I take the trade. Okay, so that's just basically what I do. That's how I trade. You can see this breakout here that gave birth to this order block, and price tapped into this order block here. So when price taps into this order block, you can see, let me get over to the 15 minutes. Okay, so I can make it bigger and clearer. Okay, so when you can see price came into this massive order block in the lower low, lower highs, break or structure, and then taps into this zone. Now I saw liquidity before price tapped into, okay, as price tapped into this zone, I saw this liquidity. This is an asymmetric. I don't know if you know what's asymmetric. Asymmetric is asymmetric chart pattern goes like this, like this, like this. For some of you that traded chart patterns, you should know what an asymmetric, then it leaves. Boom. Okay, so for some of you that trade asymmetric chart patterns, this is an asymmetric chart pattern. So guys, this is an asymmetric chart pattern, and we have that maybe this is an order block. The price mitigated. So as price mitigated this here, over here, we have stop losses here. SL. Let me just type SL. So we have stop losses above, and then we have, sorry. Guys, I'm still trying to get used to using this, but normally I do analysis on my MT5. I don't know if there are other traders that do same. I appreciate using MT5 for my analysis than using MetaTrader. I don't know. Maybe in the nearest future, once I have my proper setup, I'll start using TradingView. So at both sides, there's stop losses. So once market taps, clears this stop loss below and taps into my zone, that's the major thing. Then I can now look for my confirmation entry, and then I will now enter this trade from here. Then TP around there, that kind of thing. Okay, so I normally put space below. So this is what I was expecting here. So I saw this chart pattern inside here, and then before market tapped into here. Now, but the problem here was that this chart pattern, you see, we have a lower low, lower high. Then market tapped into this zone, but we did not have any break of structure. This structure was not broken. This lower low, lower highs, this break of structure here has not yet happened. This low here was not yet broken, but the chart pattern has formed. So as the chart pattern has formed and there's a mitigation, before my confirmation entry happened, you understand, this low has already been broken, hence a break of structure. So since there's a break of structure, that means this pattern, this asymmetric chart pattern that I saw here, is no longer a liquidity for this massive zone. It does not belong to this liquidity does not belong to this massive zone. It now belongs to this fresh zone here. This one, this lower low, lower highs, and a lower low, it now belongs to this zone. Okay, so, but I ignored that and I entered the trade here, and you can see that price pushed a bit to my direction. Here was my TP, but it pushed a bit to my direction, as you can see, and then took me out below here. So that's this for this. Let me delete the stuff. Guys, I think there's a faster way to delete this. I think this video is taking time, but let me just rush. Then going to GJ, there's a trade I took on GJ last week. Also, I think this one interests some of you that trade patterns like this. Okay, so we have higher high, higher low, a break of structure. Now we have this break of structure, and you can see this head and shoulder chart pattern that happened here. So price took it out and tapped into the zone, but this is not the actual head and shoulder that I needed to see. This is head and shoulder liquidity here. But some of you that trade price action will know that this is just a breakout of a neckline. This is not where the liquidity is. Liquidity always lies at the head. Liquidity does not lie. This is just a neckline. So price tapped into here. I actually knew, but what I used to deceive myself was that I can equally call this a double bottom. Imagine me calling head and shoulder a double bottom, and you can see, and even the double bottom self, if you know double bottom liquidity is always beneath here. Then, but at least you need to see a break of structure of the neckline. For a double bottom, the neckline is always here. But you can see that this shoulder here did not break this head here. This shoulder did not break this head, at least to show that traders has entered, and then they have their stop losses here that was flushed, and then I can now consider buying. For as stupid as it sounds, I went ahead and looked for my confirmation here, and I entered. And you can see that I entered. It didn't take time. Price just pushed up a little bit, took me out, and then went my direction. So you see all this tiny negligence, guys. So this is just the thing. This is just the thing. I don't want to go deep into this for some of my students that have paid for the mentorship. So I don't want to go deep into this, but just know that I didn't spot the right liquidity and I entered the trade. And I thought that there was liquidity inducement. I entered, price flushed me out, and then went my direction. So these are the 3 trades I took on recap. The US 30 loss, you guys have seen it. The US 30 loss I took here, all because I had a very close TP. My TP was so damn close. My TP was so much close. So much close, guys. TP was so close. You can see it here. TP was so close. Price taps on my TP, took me out with this long spike, and then went my direction. Then, for good, this is just a recap. For good, you can see I spotted a liquidity in front of this zone, but when price broke this structure here, price tapped in, broke structure. Now this liquidity was now inherited by this new structure, this liquidity here, this asymmetric was inherited. Hence, I entered the trade, it stopped me out. Then for GJ, I don't know if you guys are understanding this, but guys, so for GJ, I spotted the wrong liquidity, even though it's liquidity. That's one crazy thing about the market. Market will show you liquidity, but it will want you to now crack your brain to make sure you understand it. This is a trap. This is a liquidity trap. This is not the actual head and shoulder that I needed to see for me to take this trade, but it's a head and shoulder, but it's not the particular head and shoulder suitable to trade from a demand zone. But I just entered, neckline was taken, not even liquidity. I entered, price flushed me out, and then went to my maximum TP, which would have been a 1:, this trade itself should have been 1:5. But Well, okay, 1:3. Sorry, 1:3. Yeah. So guys, that's it for last week. Sorry, this video is dropping late. I don't know. I'm always occupied. I don't know. Please forgive me that I'm always apologizing. My battery is already low. So I'll catch you guys up on the next episode for all the trades this week. Believe you me, by God's grace, I'm going to pass this account. Yes, I might be in drawdown of minus 7 point something percent. Imagine my max drawdown is 8%. I'm in a drawdown of minus 7.5 or more percent. Now I just have like $39 left, 4,600. Like, I want you guys to understand this. I've been trading this account. I passed phase one around March. Now, since March, I've been trading phase two. Now, I just have $39 left. So I need to use that $9 to make $600 to cover both my drawdown and also to pass the account. I need to make $600 plus to pass this account. So I just have to use $39 to achieve this. So, but I know it's not going to be a sprint. It's going to take time. But believe you me, guys, by God's grace, by following my trading plan, my checklist, and with the proper psychology, I'm going to pass this account. Cheers, guys. I love you guys. Enjoy and have a great week. Also, meanwhile, I'm taking you guys to my MetaTrader so you see the balance there that I'm not bluffing. Okay. Yeah. Cheers, guys. I love you guys.